So at this point, I figure I was doing a trying to play video, and I might as well do this, because I want you to realize, just to introduce what's happening here, and I know I did this to myself, like, really, I as much as I complain, but have fun, with RNG. So here's the thing, I am running evasion with a glass cannon coup here, and so here, accuracy minus 30%, and I took evade, and so I figure, oh, how bad could it be? At this point, I've gone for at least 5 runs, but let's find out, actually, how long it takes for me to beat Moon here. And for those who don't know, I did just buy this game. Please get it. It's on sale at the time of this recording. But essentially, I'm trying to win a coin flip. Now, it's a little worse than a coin flip, but really it's a coin flip because let's be very gracious and assume that actually, no, when the accuracy is minus 50%, that means I have to be able to dodge every single attack, right? Unless it's accuracy and evasion that are separate. If that's the case, then yes, I have basically I have a 20% chance of getting hit by any attack that comes out, which is, oh, I didn't mean to do that, by the way, which is very, very interesting, although I have to take a risk here. I have to win this coin flip, otherwise I get hit. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not winning my coin flips at all, so what is the point of... And again, I do this to myself, really. There's no other explanation for it, but... just goes to show that, again, this video exists because of how ridiculous this is happening. Because, again, evade here gives me 50% evasion, and currently the boss has 50% minus accuracy as I get slapped in the face, and at this point, this is what the video is going to be. So, so it must be that accuracy and evasion are calculated differently, right? It's need you go percent it's not 100%, which is actually something that's happened before. Again, to at least explain, so for those who don't know, at least in other types of RPG games and whatnot, sometimes accuracy and evasion are calculated differently. So, again, right here, the boss has minus 30% accuracy, and then I have 50% evasion. So someone might think, oh, I have 20% chance to get hit. No, because if they're calculated separately, if evasion and accuracy are calculated separately, then what actually happens is that the boss has a 50% chance, so assume their accuracy is 100% at all times. If they're debuffed like this, okay, so now their accuracy is at 70%. So they have a 70% chance of... they have a 70% chance of it hitting, or they have, on the opposite side of that, they have a 30% chance to miss. But that is separate and independent from evasion. So while, say the boss has 30% accuracy but they hit, if I have 50% evasion, the boss also has to go through a 50% evasion check, which basically means that so if 50% accuracy and 50% evasion are working together, then the boss should never be able to hit me with anything. However, as you just saw, I get slapped in the face, and then the boss fight's over. Now, at this point, let's take a step back and say, no, I should not be playing like this. Your coup should be a lot better trained than mine is. But, again... It's a thing, so actually I have to take a coin flip here. Let's find out if I fail the coin flip. I do fail the coin flip, but you know what? At this point, just accept it in the face. Again, though, overall, actually my odds are around a 25% chance to win in general, which, funny enough, is close enough. If it's not 20% chance to get hit, it's 25%. And getting slept at all in this boss fight is essentially I lose, because I cannot. As you can see, my coup has very low HP. And we get hit, so it's at this point, I'm just going crazy. Again, I made my own mistakes, and let's take one more step back for the last time in this video. I really should not be continuing this. I should either give up or do a load of previous save. I usually roll my saves in, but at this point, I'm just invested in what's happening on screen. But if nothing else, it's an interesting look into how accuracy evasion systems work in general, because, well... Again, you would think that minus 50% accuracy and plus 50% evasion for the character means that, hey, they get to dodge every single attack, because 50 plus 50 is 100%. No, that's not the case. So, at this point, though, I'm just going to be playing around with evading every attack just to see how unlucky I am, because boy, oh boy, as you just saw, pain. But yeah, what I assume is happening is that there's a 50% chance... it's 50% into 50% and not 100%. And what that means is at all times, or at best, I have a 25% chance of getting hit. Which, again, in this boss fight in particular, for this specific playthrough, pain. Again, just to explain as we go through this, This game is a very replayable roguelite game, which means you are going through and playing with different builds if you want, or different things happen over the course of many playthroughs. But as we see here, I think she's gonna yawn after this. Hopefully I can evade. 25%. I mean, I was gonna say, but I didn't want to make it look like I was farming content, but I did get hit there, so sadness happens. I think the boss was suffering under accuracy minus 50%, but at this point, again, like, I'm literally trying to flip a coin, and I cannot flip a coin a single time so far. I think I'm on 3 boss fights, so this attack I'm always gonna eat in the face, and if you're wondering what items I have, I did not prepare well as well. I do have a 50% HP heal, but as you can see, I don't really have the opportunity to do that, because every free turn that I get, whether the boss does yawn and skips a turn, or maybe does heavy fi, I usually want to get rid of that. But I guess in the heavy fi turns, I can I can use recovery here, but shrug. But we'll change things. Again, at this point, I'm just kind of interested to see how many times I miss in a row. So, shrug. So yeah, now the boss has minus 50% accuracy, and so we find out what we can do. If I want to, though, the other side of this is that I just throw out an attack and hope that I evade. But at the same time, on the opposite side of that, I should be able to just go on my day and do things. Also, I think I did not time this correctly, so yeah, I should actually just heal if I want to be safe here. Alternatively, no, we're just gonna get rid of heavy fi here. But otherwise, as we evade here, so let's see. Maybe these are the ones that I was actually, or maybe these are the ones that I was actually getting hit by. Because as you can see, I am not reapplying the accuracy debuff properly, which means the boss still has a 20%. Well, again, if it's being calculated correctly, 20. So I have a 20% chance, or at worst, probably like 35%. But you get the point. Like, the chance of getting hit by these is not particularly high. In fact, I would say that 3 out of every 4 people, well, 3 out of every me, after if we include myself there, is oh my goodness, I'm going crazy. Anywho, I think I just have to take this in the face. Yeah, I just have to take this in the face. I'm gonna go for a heal here. But again, I'm not trying to fulfill the definition of insanity here. I'm actually just going to try and be a bit more consistent and change my ways, basically. I'm not going to try to force a relative 30% chance at victory, because that's really the odds of me actually winning this boss fight. But anywho, so yeah, we're waiting for a turn in which we can reapply accuracy properly, but the game says no, fail 33% and die. So, shrug, unless it misses there, but then I have to reapply Dazzling Fang for the accuracy decrease, so funny enough, this is actually one of the closer encounters, if one of the ones previous wasn't. I could also just go for a Dragon Breath and try to one-shot the boss, but let's try to be consistent, right? At the price of pain, so hey. Also, until I get the big accuracy debuff, I can't really go for anything big. But at the same time, at this point, I really should have stripped these buffs, but shrug, right? So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna go for an evade here, so 35%. Because 50% into 70%, and then we do Dazzling Fang. Now, there are ways to reduce your cooldown, but thank goodness we finally got that. By the way, it was at least 10 plus fights of that happening back to back to back. So, I just want to put into perspective what was happening. But yeah, without further ado, yeah, I guess I'll see you when I see you. Not going to take up much more of your time. Bye!